Hello everyone, is my voice audible clearly? Yes. Okay. So, is there any doubt in the yesterday's lecture? If any, then you can ask to me. Is there any doubt? No. Okay, so let us revise the yesterday's lecture first and then we'll start today's lecture. Okay. So, let me share my screen. Is the screen visible to everyone? Is the screen visible? Yes. Okay. Alright, so let's start the today's lecture. So let us revise the day one lecture. Okay, so what we did yesterday. So yesterday we did an introduction to HTML. Okay, so the first slide was about what is HTML. So the HTML is a standard markup language. Okay, so it is a standard markup language for creating basic to advanced web pages. Okay, and the full form of HTML is hypertext markup language. Okay, and HTML describes the structure of the web page. Okay, means it just instructs the web browser to arrange the elements, tags, media. Okay, that all HTML tells to the browser. And HTML has series of elements and tags. Okay, itself only. So the next slide was why to learn HTML. Okay, so HTML is used to create websites from very basics to fully professional website. Okay, means we see Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, or else we can say Google Meet. So they are created by HTML. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so they are created by HTML. Okay, and we will just create we'll just style the website which we created in the last bootcamp. Okay, so do you want to see that website which we are going to create? I mean, which we are going to style in this bootcamp. Do you want to see?
Yes.
Okay, alright. So let's see it. Yeah. So this is the website which we created in the last bootcamp and we cloned the website from this website. Okay. So this is our final product. Just a minute. Okay. So this is our final product. Okay. Means we will create this hover effect and this background color, this bold effect and this horizontal line and this underline effect. Okay, so this we are going to create in this bootcamp in the last lecture. Okay, and this is very basic structure of website. Okay, means of this website. Okay, so this we are going to style in this bootcamp. Okay, so let's see what we seen after that. Okay, and HTML. HTML is used to create the skeleton of the website. Okay, and CSS is used to style our websites. Okay, that we seen yesterday and nothing from this slide. So next we have seen what is a web browser. Okay, a web browser is a thing that reads the HTML document and converts it into the design format. Okay, also HTML web browser does not display the HTML tags and elements. They just converts it into the design format. Okay, so after that we seen the versions of HTML. I mean version history of HTML. So HTML was created by Tim Berners-Lee, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, in the late 1991. Okay, but it was officially released in 1995 as HTML2. Okay, and the turning point of the HTML was the HTML 4.1. Okay, that was the very popular version of HTML and it was a very major version of HTML, and we are currently using the HTML5 version. Okay, and I will tell you the syntax in the today's lecture. Okay, today we will see HTML5 new features. Okay, means we will see what new features are added in HTML5. Okay, in the current version. Okay, So these all versions are there till now of HTML, and there is also XHTML, which was created after HTML 4.01. Okay, so let's see HTML 1.0. So it was released in 1991. Okay, not officially released, it was being used. Okay, from Tim Berners-Lee it was released. So not many people were involved in website creation at that time. Not many craze was there, okay, as now is there. Okay, so none of the developer were excited to create website using HTML. Okay, so this is HTML 1.0, and nothing was there in HTML 1.0. Only we can add text on our web browser. Okay, and we create website to exchange information. Okay, this I told you in the last bootcamp. Okay, so let's see HTML 2.0. So HTML 2.0 included all the features from HTML 1.0. Okay, but added some of the new features. Okay, so okay, it was used until January 1997, and then HTML 3 and 4 were introduced. Okay, so HTML 3 was created by, means was drafted by Dave Raggett person. Okay, so he's a person named Dave Raggett, and he was working in the HTML creation. Okay, when the HTML was created, then he was working to create HTML. Okay, so he's the person named Dave Raggett, and he introduced many new features in HTML and promised that he would improve the abilities for HTML and make web developers more easier, okay, and make their careers. Okay, so as we are now, we can monetize our website by running ads on our website, and also we can sell the templates of the website. Okay, this is how we can earn money, okay, by creating websites. So this is also a very vast topic. Okay, so this all was in the HTML 3.0 version. Now let's see the HTML 4.0. Okay, so HTML 4.0 was the final version of the HTML before XHTML. The full form of XHTML is Extensible Markup Language. Okay, so this was after HTML 4.01. Okay, so here 1 is also there. 1. Okay, so it was a turning point for HTML versions. Okay, so many of the developers were involved in creating websites at that time for HTML 4.0, and it was most powerful, much powerful as HTML 5.0. But HTML 5.0 has added some of the new features, only few of the new features. Okay, means like we can add video, audios, also. Okay, that much only we will see that in today's lecture. Okay, so HTML 4.0 was the recommendation of W3C, okay, which is the consortium group, which is like marketing. Okay, it's like marketing, it does marketing. Okay, so it just brings the web developers to HTML, okay, and tells them to use HTML, okay, and tells them how HTML is effective. Okay, so let's say HTML 5.0. So HTML 5.0 is the final, is the major and the current version of HTML. Okay, and it was also the recommendation of W3C, which is Worldwide Consortium. Okay, and it is currently maintained by WHATWG. Okay, the full form of that is Web Hypertext Application Technology Working Group. Okay, so this is also a consortium group for major web browser vendors, okay, like Apple, Google, Mozilla and Microsoft. Okay, so this all we have seen in the yesterday's lecture. So is there any doubt in the yesterday's lecture? No. Okay, alright. Okay, so let's start today's lecture. Okay, so today we are going to see HTML5 new features. Okay, if is there any doubt, then you can ask me. Don't hesitate. Okay, or else you can just chat with me on WhatsApp. Okay, so today we are going to see HTML5 new features. Okay, so let's start it. So first of all, we'll see an introduction to HTML. So HTML5 is the 5th and current version of HTML. It has improved the markup available for document and has introduced application programming interfaces, which is API, and document object model DOM. Many of the new features are added in the HTML5 version. We will be going through all the features of HTML5. First version of HTML5 was published in 2007. Okay, so HTML5 is the fifth and the current version of the HTML. Okay, so it is we are using now. Okay, means we'll see the syntax in the next lecture. Means tomorrow we'll see the syntax. Okay, so it has just improved the markup available. Okay, means it has improved the syntax for HTML, and it has added many of the new features, like we can add audio, videos. Okay, so that HTML5 bought. Okay, and it has also introduced two APIs. Okay, so API, the full form of API is application programming interfaces. Okay, so this just provides us with a feature that means we can just integrate the link of API provided by many of the developers. Okay, we can search on Chrome that API example. Okay, we can search that and we can get many of the examples. Okay, so we can use Corona. I mean, Corona news is there, so that we can use API. Many of the APIs are there in the market now. Okay, many of the developers create APIs. Okay, even I create APIs. Okay, so it has also introduced document object model, which is DOM. Okay, and many of the new features were added in HTML5 version. Okay, we will be going through all this version in the slides. Okay, so the first version of HTML5 was published in 2007 year. Okay, in 2007. Okay, so at that time the HTML5 version was published. Okay, so let's see the next slide. So here we will going to see the features of HTML5. Okay, so the first feature is it has introduced new multimedia features which support audio and video control by using audio and video tags. Okay, so it has introduced means like I said now that it has introduced to add audios and videos in our website. Okay, so that is only in the first point, and the second point is there are new graphics element included vector graphics and tags. Okay, so in the HTML5 version they have added that we can add graphics. Okay, means we can call them SVG, scalable vector graphics. Okay, so that is like image only, but we create that image. Okay, like we create in Paint. Okay, so that how we create SVGs. Okay, we can search here image to SVG, or else we can search SVG maker. Okay, and we'll get many of the online SVG maker. Okay, so here online SVG converter, and here also we can get SVG gator. Okay, so many of the SVG creator are there. Okay, so let's see the third point. So third point is enrich semantic content by including header, footer, article, section and figure are added. Okay, so these are the external tags. Okay, so in the next lecture we are going to see the difference between tags and elements. Okay, so these tags header, footer, article, section and figure are added in the HTML5 new version. Okay, so it is a new version only. Okay, so these all tags means this doesn't do anything, but it is for our understanding, means for developer understanding. Okay, so this header tag tells us that it is the header section, means which we see here, like we see in this Google Meet. Okay, so this is the header section. Okay, let's take the example of portfolio, any of the portfolio. Just a minute. Let's tell portfolio example. Okay, so here let's take this. Okay, so we can say that this is the header page. Okay, this is Pinterest, so this much is the header page. Okay, and these are cards. Okay, means the developer knows that this is the header, this is the section. Okay, so that's why the header section and many of the new elements were added. Okay, article, figure, footer. Okay, and the footer is the thing that we can see here. Wait, gone, just a minute. See, let us open the Dev Outlook's website. Okay, so this is the header section, okay, of Dev Outlooks. Okay, and the footer section is this one. Okay, so this is the footer section, means we can understand, means the developer can understand that what is the footer and what is the header and what all sections are added. Okay, and the fourth point is drag and drop. Okay, so drag and drop feature also were added. Okay, so means the file input that is also added in the HTML5 new version. Okay, so let's see the fifth one. So the fifth one is geolocation services. Okay, so it helps to locate the geographical location of the client. Okay, so there is a JavaScript code that helps us to navigate the location of the client. Okay, means if we insert that code, then we can get the location of our laptop. Okay, so that is a different part, it is not of our bootcamp. Okay, so that I will not tell. So this was created in the HTML5. Okay, this was upgraded. Okay, we can say upgraded. And the sixth one is web storage facility, which provides web application method to store data on the web browser. Okay, so HTML5 version bought the storage box. Okay, we can say that it bought the storage for web browsers. Okay, means we can store the datas in the storage box. Okay, so there are two types of storage. The first one is local storage and the second one is session storage. Okay, that will learn in the future boot camps. Okay, I will keep the JavaScript bootcamp, then I will tell you what is local storage, what is session storage. Okay, so let's see the 7th point. So 7th point is uses SQL database to store data offline. Okay, so HTML5 can also use SQL database. So the full form of SQL is structured query language. Okay, so this is not a language, but it is the language, but it is not used for programming. Okay, it is used for database. Okay, it has commands. Okay, not tags and elements. Okay, so HTML5 bought that we can store the database in the SQL. Okay, means we can store the data in the SQL database. Okay, I want to say that. So let's see the 8th point. So the 8th point is allows us to draw various shapes like triangle, rectangle, circle, etc. Okay, so this is like SVGs. Okay, means we can create SVG. Okay, means we can add any of the shape. Okay, so that is the advantage of SVG, means we can create it with our creative mind. Okay, so let's see the 9th point, which is capable of handling incorrect syntax. Okay, so when we type any of the incorrect syntax, then we can just get an error from HTML5. Okay, in the previous versions there was not an error. Okay, it was just not showing that element or just throwing many of the errors. Okay, but HTML5 just throws only a single error where the error is. Okay, where the current error is. Okay, so that is the advantage of HTML5. Okay, also we can use the previous versions of HTML. Okay, so there is a tag named doctype HTML. When we put that in the HTML file, then it is showing that we are using the HTML5 version, means the current version. Or when we doesn't put that doctype HTML, then the web browsers get that they are not using the HTML5 version. Okay, means they know that the developer which is not creating the HTML5 version. Okay, means we are not creating the website in HTML5 version. Okay, so let's see the 10th point. So the 10th point is easy doctype declaration. Okay, that is doctype HTML. This only I told you now. So this is the tag. Okay, so this is in the capital doctype. Okay, so this is in the capital and the HTML is in small. Okay, so this is the tag. When we put it in the HTML file, then web browser gets that the developer is creating website in HTML5 version. Okay, when we don't put it, then they gets that the developer is not creating in the HTML5 version. Okay, that is the meaning of doc type HTML. Okay, so let's see the 11th point. Easy character encoding, that is metachar set equals UTF-8. Okay, so these are some additional information about our web page. Okay, and many of the new information can be added using this meta tags. Okay, so these are very useful tags, means we can add SEO also using these tags. So what is SEO? I told you in the previous bootcamp. Okay, so the SEO is, the full form of SEO is let's search it. Okay, I also don't remember SEO full form. Okay, search engine optimization. Okay, so what it does is, when we search anything, so I search SEO full form, so here I get this. Okay, so this website is from moz.com. so this is the heading, okay, what this website does, and this is the small description, okay, what this website does. Okay, so this is called SEO. This is done by SEO. Okay, so SEOs are very important to learn. Okay, and there are some keywords that makes our website trending. Okay, so let's see the elements added in HTML5. So is there any doubt in the features of HTML? Everyone got it? Is there any doubt? If any, then you can ask me. Okay, alright. Okay, so let's see the elements added in HTML5. Okay, so there are many elements. There are 26 elements added in HTML5 version. So the first one is article, which I told you here. Okay, so this third point. Okay, this third point was about that only. Okay, so and aside is also like that only. Fig caption. Okay, so the fig caption is used to set a caption to the figure element in the document. Okay, so it is used to add a caption. Okay, means add a heading to the figure element in the document. Okay, and what is the figure element? So the figure tag in HTML is used to add self-contained content like illustration, diagrams, photos, or codes listing in a document. It is related to main flow, but it can be used in any position of a document, and the figure goes with the flow of the document, and if remove it, then it should not affect the flow of the document. Okay, so the figure is also like a a container. Okay, it contains text, diagrams, photos, codes. Okay, so this is all the figure element does. So let's see the another element, which is the header, which we seen in the third point. Okay, then footer, then main, then okay, so these three are the semantic element. Okay, which we seen here. Okay, so these are semantic element. Okay, and the mark element. So the mark element just highlights the text. Okay, highlights the content between the mark element. Okay, so a element has a closing tag and also a opening tag. Okay, that we'll see tomorrow. Okay, and it also has the content between it. Okay, means the opening tag, then content, then closing tag. Okay, so the content between the mark just is highlighted by, okay, so it is highlighted. So let's see the example of mark. So examples of mark element in HTML. Let's see. Yeah, here is the mark tag. try it yourself. Okay, so this what mark does. Okay, so it is been highlighted by yellow color. Okay, so this is the mark element, and then we have seen the nav. It is also a semantic element. Okay, and then section, details, summary is the semantic element, and then time is also like semantic, and then BDI, it is not much important. WBR is not much important. Okay, data list. Okay, so data list, what is data list? So whenever we input, okay, so here whenever we search anything, okay, so here I can get something. Okay, so this are data set. Okay, when we input something like HTML, okay, so here I get some positions. Okay, so these are called data list. Okay, so that only this data list tag does. Okay, data list we can say element does, and then keygen, this is also not important. Output is also not important, and the progress element is that it just shows the how the task has been done. Okay, let's see the example of progress element. Example of progress element in HTML. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so let's see the example of Java T-point. Okay, so this is the output. Okay, and let us see how it actually shows. It is taking very much loading. Let's see of W3 schools. Sorry for the network issue. Here the network is slow. Okay, so let us try it ourselves. Okay, so this is how progress element shows. Okay, it just shows how the progress is going. Okay, here we can see the value is 32 and the maximum value is 100. Okay, if I do it 1000, then let's see what it does. Okay, so it has become very small, and when I do it 320, okay, then we can see that much value only came. Okay, so let me close this tabs. Okay, so this the progress element does. Okay, so let's see the next topic, which is next point, which is SVG. Okay, that only I told that we can add our creative designs in SVGs. Okay, in our websites using SVGs. So the full form of SVG is scalable vector graphics. Okay, so this helps us to add the images. Okay, not images, we can say our creative designs. Okay, we can use Figma to create SVGs of our choice. Okay, so it will take much of load. I will just share the link of Figma. Okay, Figma. Okay, I'll share it in the chat section, so you can try it. You can create the account on Figma and then you can create your own designs. Okay, so this is the link. Let me open it. Control C. Okay, so this is the link of Figma. You can just go there and just log on, and then you can create your designs. Okay, and then convert it into SVG. Okay, that also facility is there in the Figma. You can watch YouTube tutorials. Okay, so let's see the another tag added in HTML5, element. So the next is canvas. Okay, so the canvas is also the semantic element. Okay, so the next one is audio. So the audio element helps us to add the music. Okay, or we can say audio to our website. Okay, so let's see the embedded. So the embedded is used to embed. Embed means we can just add the another website. Okay, means we can say iframe. Okay, we can also say it iframe. Okay, we can also say it iframe. Just a minute, Control Y. Okay, we can also say it iframe. Iframe is also doing the same thing. Okay, so the iframe does that. It just, when we give the link of any of the website or any of the YouTube video, then it just shows that particular. Okay, so let's see, take the example of YouTube video. So let's open the YouTube. Just a minute. Okay, let's open this one, the next Netflix one. Okay, so when I click on share, okay, when I click on share, then we can see the iframe tag. Okay, here we can see the embedded. Okay, so when I click on this, okay, so here I get the iframe element. Okay, so this is the iframe element, and also we can just start add, we can also give the conditions for YouTube video. Okay, so when we copy this, okay, when we copy this and when we open this, I hope it opens. No, when we insert it in our code, okay, when we insert it in our code, then when we open our website, then it just shows this video, okay, which is Squid Game trailer. Okay, so this is how the iframe element works. Okay, is there any doubt in iframe element? Because it is very helpful for the developers. Okay, is there any doubt? No. Okay, anyone else? No. Okay. Okay, alright. So the next one is the track. Okay, no, not track, it is source. Okay, the source element just helps us to add the video and audios for our websites. Okay, means the audio helps us to add only audio, and the source element just helps us to add videos and audios both. Okay, and the video element is also been used to add videos in our website. Okay, so that is the difference between audio, video and source. Okay, now the last one is track. Okay, so track just defines the track for video and audio elements. Okay, so this is also not much important. Okay, the most important is iframe. Okay, because this helps us a lot. Okay, so this is for today's lecture. So thank you for joining. So tomorrow we'll be seeing elements and tags I mean the difference of elements and tags. Okay, so